Hello there. I posted a few pictures of my cars that I build with Fenders on the forum, the PDDR, and I've had a few inquiries as how I make the fenders for my Pinewood Derby cars, and I'm going to attempt to explain that. I've also had some inquiries as to how much the cars weigh. Because I've been a modeler for about 28 years, I'm used to using balsa and plywood and some, obviously some different materials than we normally use on Pinewood Derby cars. The balsa material that I use to make fenders out of, if you're familiar with balsa, essentially it weighs nothing when you attach it to the car, and especially after you shape it down. There's no effect to the weight whatsoever or the balance of the car. This is a piece of half-inch balsa that obviously you can obtain from anywhere they sell model airplane supplies. Mine is what they call a 4 to 6 pound, which is a very light balsa. You can pick up at your local airplane hobby stores balsa, but it weighs a little bit more than what I use here. This is the extremely light, and it's for professional model building. It's called 4 to 6 pound balsa. Sig Manufacturing and Long Star Hobbies, if you look them up on the internet, both sell 4 to 6 pound balsa. The other balsa, because you're just making small fenders, is probably okay, but I have a large supply of 4 to 6 pound balsa. Anyway, I'm going to shut this off. I want to make short videos here because I don't want to be talking and the video stops. So I'm going to stop it for a second and restart it. Here we are back again. I'm going to start and stop this video a few times to make sure I don't lose anything that I've already talked about. Anyway, I mentioned the materials you'll need. I use 4 to 6 pound balsa. This is a product that model airplane builders use, and I use it when I build my fenders for the Pinewood Derby cars. Several other things I use. Anytime I want to use a glue, I use this glue. It's a thin CA instant glue, and that's obtained from hobby suppliers of model airplane parts and supplies and building accessories. So that you will need that. The half-inch balsa, and this is another product that again you can get at the hobby supplies for model airplanes. This is a 1/64 plywood. You can see it's very flexible, and I use that in the process, which I'll explain. This half-inch balsa, I've already marked out the design of the fenders. Well, you have to cut these oversized and sand them down to shape and size, and I'll go through that process. How I made these, it's pretty simple. You take a nail, an old Pinewood Derby wheel, put a nail through it, push it into the balsa being soft goes in easily, and you just trace around it for the inside circumference of your wheel. And you can see how I made these lines. These are square lines in front of the fender and through where the axle holes drill. And you want to cut it, when you cut this, make sure you cut outside these lines a little bit so you can sand this down, and I'll show you how that's done. Of course, we got a center line to keep them all approximately the same height and shape. So you just make 4 of those, 3 of those, 2 of those, whatever you're using on your Pinewood Derby car. So I'm going to shut the film off and cut these 4 preliminary fenders out, and then I'll show you how we shape them.